Okay, we all on?
And hello, this is Agent Death and Taxes coming to you from the Predatory Lending Network. Now, Obama just had his speech last night, and we're talking to people about Obama's speech. Now, Snoopy, Obama was kind of tough on the insurance companies last night. What do you think of Obama?
You know what? He's only been in office for 1 year, and he did pretty good for 1 year. He sure did a lot of stuff, but hopefully he can get more done this year. He does have a lot of opposition from those Republicans, Now,
what do you think of Obama's stance on the economy? I mean, maybe we should wait for them to go.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, get out of here, you. Now again, this is Death and Taxes talking to you about the economy. Now, Obama's speech last night, he was kind of rough on people in the insurance sector. Now, he was kind of rough on people in the insurance sector. What do you think of his speech last night, Snoopy?
I thought it was a pretty good speech. He did a lot of stuff that a guy usually could do in 1 year. It was pretty amazing. Of course, he does have a lot of Republican opposition,
Well, now I know he was beating up on the banks quite a bit, which caused the markets to fall quite a bit the last couple days. We've had, he lost something like $5 billion in a single day for the stock market. Now, what do you think of him losing money for taxpayers by beating up on the banks? Isn't that a great idea? Don't you want him to continue to do that?
Well, I know that some of the banks have, have already paid their money back from that original thing that George Bush did. So, but as far as the rest, you gotta just kind of tweak around and see what works. If it doesn't work, try something else,
Okay, you get him on healthcare and the war, but be kind of rough with him.
Help?
Yeah.
Okay, I was watching the speech and he was talking about healthcare. Now, he's going to make it so that everyone can afford healthcare. And it's death. I'm for people getting sick and dying. I'm not for all this patching them up so that they live longer. What do you think?
Well, the thing is that, there's a lot of people that don't want that health care thing, I think he doesn't want to really do it the way that they really overhaul. I think he just wants to make the insurance a little affordable so that everybody can get it. So the system can kind of remain kind of intact, but everybody else can contribute. And then all the premiums will go lower.
That's very good.
And then the war.
Oh, he's going to pull people out of Iraq. He's going to put a few of them in Afghanistan, which is okay. And that means that more people are coming home. And that's probably good too. But as death, I'm for war because war kills people, and that's why death has a job. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Well, the Iraqi war, I always thought was just kind of a mistake on the get-go. But I know everybody was gung-ho for Afghanistan because we wanted to get Bin Laden. But, Afghanistan, but for the Iraqi war, good grief, the whole thing's going to be over in August, I hope. Woo! Okay.
And again, this is Death and Taxes talking to you about the economy. All right, go. And again, this is Death and Taxes for the Predatory Lending Network. Now, Obama has had quite a speech last night, so we're out here talking to the folks around the galaxy about his effects on the economy. Now, I know Vader, he had quite a tough time talking about the crooked bankers and stuff. Now, I know he was kind of rough on the banking sector. What do you think of Obama's speech last night?
I don't think he was rough enough. I think he's just getting started, and he's right. This is just the first year, and it's time for us to move forward and put some regulatory action against some of these banks.
Now, bankers, what do you think of Obama's outstanding view of what do you think of Obama's move towards beating up on the bank stocks? Now that he's the largest shareholder in the banks, he lost $5 billion in a single day because he was beating up on the banks. And he's been doing it for 4 days now. Aren't you glad that he's losing so much money for the taxpayers by beating up on the banks?
Well, I think that it's time for him to put in place more regulation so that we don't lose that much money through the banks. We need to stop these bonuses and then move on from there.
Okay, you get him health care and the war.
The war. He's going to pull the people out of Iraq and send some more to Afghanistan. but it looks like he's trying to dwindle down the war. Now, as death, I'm in favor of war because people get killed.
Of course.
So the less people are going to kill. But what's the general opinion? What do you think of his military?
War always sucks. War always sucks.
War always stops at some time.
Yes.
Sometimes someone wins.
Yes, exactly.
Good. Now, he also did health care. Now, health care is a subject that's hard to pin down because health care has to do with people getting the medical, whatever medical they need. Now, as death, I don't like health care because I want more people to die, more people not to get the coverage. Now, is this health care actually going to give people, more people live and more people have health?
Well, let me ask you this, Death. I'm sure you're self-employed yourself, aren't you?
Right.
Okay. Now, how's your health experience right now if you should happen to have to go to the doctor?
I try to stay away from doctors.
Exactly right. Why? Because you can't afford them.
Right.
Exactly right. So hopefully, some measures put in place to help the people that are unemployed, like you and myself, should be okay.
That would be okay.
As long as it tapers down the spending in the long run.
Right, right. Well, right now there's a lot of people that are walk-ins, and that's more expensive.
There are a lot of people that are what?
That are walk-ins. They just walk into some emergency to get the doctor that they should have had, you know, their family doctor.
Now, do you think that if they had some sort of health insurance in place, they would have had a family doctor to go to as opposed to being a walk-in?
Well, that's true. That's true.
So let's start it from the beginning and start teaching good habits.
Don't we want to have higher taxes so the economy can continue to collapse the way it has been? So folks like us can have our alien invasion and we can take over this lousy country?
Of course.
See, like we said, we want to improve alien rights and get ready for our alien invasion. So again, this is Death and Taxes from the Predatory Lender. Talking to you. Alright. So again, this is Death and Taxes talking to you about the Obama speech. Now, Obama had quite a speech last night. So Spidey, now how is that affecting you?
It's really not. It's not. It's Obama, you know. He's our president. He's our chief of staff right now. He's like, I don't know, he's doing a good job, I guess. I mean, I didn't really listen to the speech last night, so, you know.
So now I know when Obama was beating up on the banks the other day, the market's been down for roughly about 4 days, and he's losing about $5 billion a day for taxpayers by continually beating up on the banks.
Now,
isn't that pretty cool that he's the largest holder of bank stocks, and he's continuing to crash bank stocks and lose money in the banks? Isn't that a good thing for him?
I don't think so.
Well, don't we want that so aliens can take over this planet?
I guess so.
Aliens.
We like aliens.
Okay, well, he's going to do the war and...
I'm going to do the war.
He's going to do war and health.
Now,
All right.
it appears like we're winding down the war in Iraq in August.
Somehow I doubt that. I think we're going to move over to Korea next.
Korea?
We're always
North
sticking
Korea,
our noses in other people's affairs anyways.
North Korea and South Korea had a little scrimmage the other day. They were firing at each other.
Yep.
It was in the paper.
I heard about that. Actually, I did read that.
Their military zone is...
Go ahead.
Their military zone, I don't know if that's holding steady or not.
I don't think so.
Come on, Bob, ask some better questions. Be quick about it.
Okay, so medical care. He's got this medical program, and we've got to pass some kind of medical program. And the Republicans, I don't know if they're for it or not. It seems
They're
to
probably
get
going to be
stalemated.
against it. I mean, you know, they're not going to shell out money for medical care. You know, it costs to help people. They don't want to help us because they're the rich.
Well,
Don't we want people to be rich?
no,
Everyone needs to be rich, but we need to be rich, not them.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, don't we want the aliens and people from other planets and countries to be rich and Americans to be poor?
The aliens can be rich, but not the Republicans.
Not the Republicans.
not the Republicans.
Not the Republicans.
Because they're really the aliens.
Okay.
Or is Democrat. Who's the alien?
Okay.
Maybe it's the other way around. They're in disguise.
Uh-huh.
Well, the 50.
Gotcha.
Okay, well that's it. How do you do?
All right.
Huh.